a lot of reading. Played that, took about 20 hours, and I played Citizen Sleeper, which also took about 15 hours. I would erase both of these games from my brain and play them again. And that was all reading. Like, all reading. It was fucking fantastic, too. Like, oh my god. Some of the... This is the best sci-fi novel I've ever read, in my opinion. Go fucking play Citizen Sleeper. It's so goddamn good. And it's one of the sandwiches you've ever eaten. Wow. That's incredible. Linux, what up? All right, chat. It's time to play some dwarfs. Fucking you guys around enough today. You guys can say hi YouTube if you like. Diving in with Machinewaters. Brand new fortress. So, Machinewaters. Exclamation point goal if you want in the chat. And if you want the save file for the previous fort, it's either attached underneath the description of the community fort I just put up for Heatstone, and it's also in the last fort command. But that's a beehive in the ocean. This is what we've done so far. I don't even have beds yet. But this is what we've done so far. This goes all the way down through, and we're going to need to... This is water. Thanks, game. This will all disperse eventually. But we are going to be digging down and building a wall in here, and then channeling this out next winter, and then we will be constructing inside of this. I'm gonna need a way of blocking this off for when things freeze. Yeah, I don't know why melted ice boulders turn into these. Like, they become an item of water. It's the same when, like, you melt, like, boulders with lava. They become lava, but it's an item of lava that has to be cleaned. And, like, melted metals do the same thing. But it's weird how water does that, too, when it thaws. Anyway, as for constructions that we've done, we've got this side over here where things are pastured, and then we've got this tiny little tunnel that goes all the way across to here. And this is where the actual fort is. This is like 99% of the fort, and I need to put more beds in here because there clearly isn't enough right now because I'm seeing people sleeping everywhere. I will turn on Dwarf Redemptions in a second, but before I do that, I'm just going to read out who's in the fort because this is in the same world as Heatstone, and some of the dwarves have already shown up. We've got a bunch of animal pastures up there. We've got a steel industry already up and running, and we've also got this little minecart bringing all stuff up here as well. Down here is where we've been mining stuff out. We've got a whole bunch of jet that we've been mining out, and I'm going a little deeper right now, and we're mining out more jet, and there's jet everywhere because, in case you didn't notice, this tower above ground is all made out of jet. And then a little bit of claystone in the middle there. But this is going to be... So my plan here, before I open up Dwarf Naming, what are my thoughts on DF Hack? It is basically like playing Minecraft in creative mode. If you want to play Dwarf Fortress in creative mode, use DF Hack. I don't play Dwarf Fortress in creative mode. I don't like things that make it super easy to cheat. I usually have DF Hack running, although I haven't since I've been playing on the experimental branch because it doesn't work. I don't really use any of its features. I use it for debugging things if I really need it. It's like, it's fine. That's DF Hack. I'm not super fond of it, but I do use it. It is a useful tool. I don't think it improves the gameplay in the slightest. It's not something that I think is necessary. And I've never found it to be necessary. And I've also been pretty outspoken against the active use of DF Hack and Dwarf Therapist as long as I've played Dwarf Fortress. But nobody ever agrees with me, but that's fine. I think it's very, very, very useful. Is the fort entirely underwater, or does it stick out? So this is sticking out of the bay. This is ground level. This is above water. This is below water. So this area, we've got kind of a bubble down here right now, and it is open. And I'm going to need to probably drain this or figure out how to drain this eventually, because this is currently a bit of a weird problem that I've got here. But it'll fill up as stuff freezes. Can I make your task your dwarf with making glass cabinets? It's really cute that you seem to be presuming that I'm going to be making glass. We'll see about it. I mean, I don't really take dwarf job requests. They just kind of end up doing what they end up doing, but I'll keep an eye. We might end up doing glass. I need more bags before I can realistically do glass. Currently, we're just focused on other things. Glass is a bit more late game once I get down to lava, because that's kind of how I'm planning on doing glass, is by pumping lava up. -1 is above water. That's how Dwarf Fortress works, yeah? It depends on the layer that you're on. This is ground level, right? 0? This is ocean level, right? We're on sea level. This is sea level. When's the next big freezing? So on Discord, up in the announcement section, I posted this screenshot yesterday. This is the date that stuff freezes. Stuff freezes or thaws on the 7th of Slate mid-spring, and then I think it's the 22nd mid-fall of the middle month of fall that it freezes. So we have until fall, basically, until the next big explosion. I'm going to read everybody who's alive in the fort. Once again, some people have moved over from the previous fort. Aegis, A Goat Plays Games, Akre, Analysis Lover 17, Audio Coaster, Baka Glass, and Bombwreck. That is the Bombwreck from that YouTube short that I put up, who I need to make happy because he's upset. Calcium Crypt, Cornathurum, Darius Cardrin, Diamond Destruct, Doc Fem, and Fly Kick, as well as Glass Half Empty, and I Eat Your Lobsters, and Korab L, and Lyagushka, as well as Nerev and Nutwick, and Paxmac and Raybrit, alongside of Raging Cave and Salty Tempest. Celesty and Sneed Posting, Stillenitist, Trimkoff, and Van Ori have all moved over. So, quite a few. Your tutorial for Twitcher's still on. When you do play, it has no sand and it makes you sad. I think it should make you sand. Anyway, not sad. So that's this area. We're going to be spending the summer working on armor and building up on this. And then when winter hits, we're going to build down, because I'm going to build up and then I'm going to build up, I think. We're going to put some housing in the tower for the, at least the starting 7. I need to ask you guys a question, though. Should I restrict my population? How did I get past it? I'm good at the video game. I dug through it. It's just the same way you dig through any, aquifer. I dug through it and smoothed it. Why? Why? Because this fortress is going to is going to require a lot of construction, and is going to be very hard to complete if I have dwarves tantruming because they don't have proper bedrooms for the next 2 to 4 years. And we're at 79 right now. What I would do is I would give myself a time limit, being so we're on the year 308, right? On the year 310, I set it back to 200. I would lock it at 80. We're at 79 right now, which is kind of a lot, and dogs are fighting. Dogs need more space. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go over to game. I'm going to scroll down. Where is you? There it is. Population cap. We're going to go 80. Strict cap of 85 so that they can have babies. Make the dogs screw pump operators. I don't think they can do that. I mean, this is a massive construction project after all. Also another thing that I've been building is this. You got this bridge that started. This is going to go all the way across and then over to here in this style. So, we've got pretty big construction projects planned. This is going to be the entrance to the fort eventually. To have 69 dwarves? I mean, we're already past 69 dwarves, so can't exactly miss much there, really. Red Nass, what kind of dwarf would you like? And if you need to see the list again, let me know. True Freak, thanks for the 4 pennies. Grid shape is great. Thank you. It's going to have statues on it eventually. Happiest available engineer. The engineers are all the starting 7, I think. Cogsack, pretty neutral. Oh, wait, no, that's sorting by angriest. Kib would be the happiest. Are you okay with a lady dwarf? If not, we got Vacker. Well, they're all pretty neutral, really. So probably Kib, who's smiling slightly. Red Mess. She would flee even the most necessary battle to avoid any form of physical confrontation, and worse to square this natural tendency with her respective martial prowess. She does not. Where was I? She works to square this tendency. She does not find most jokes humorous, and she forms only fleeting, rare emotional bonds with others. She has a tendency to consider ideas and abstractions over practical applications, and she is often cheerful. She lives a fast-paced life, and she doesn't seek out excitement, and doesn't try to get things done perfectly, and does not often feel lustful. Inhales sharply when she's angry, and she needs alcohol to get through the working day, and doesn't really. And likes working outdoors, and only grumbles mildly at crappy weather. And doesn't really care about anything anymore. She dreams of mastering a skill and personally values family and doesn't respect a society that is settled into harmony without debate and strife. Doesn't feel strongly about the law and dreams of mastering a skill. And she likes bituminous coal, tin, and clear diamond, bloodthorn wood and leggings and robes and large gems and toy axes and the sight of the poetic glosses, and when possible prefers to consume Merlin anchovy and one-humped camel cheese and tuber beer and purple amaranth seeds, and absolutely hates bark scorpions. She has a broad body and her ears are splayed out. Her teeth are crowded and she has a scratchy voice. Her hair is somewhat greasy and her very long hair is tied in a ponytail. Her slightly wide-set, sunken cobalt eyes are round and she has a deeply recessed chin. Her nose is somewhat short and her hair is gold and her skin is pale brown. Build floor over it and then unbuild the floor over it. I think you can also smooth them. The pebble surfaces. Get yourself something to eat. You have a good time getting yourself something to eat. Genuinely weirded out by these. Yeah, see, I've already got one dwarf tantruming, which is going to be bad. All right, what can I do to fix you, bud? You're embarrassed after watching a performance, so you don't like your job, I gather, hey? You're dehydrated and starving. Oh, have you just, like, completely lost it? I think this dwarf's completely lost it. I mean... Do I just build you a coffin? Don't really feel like setting up the justice system right now. Really likes performing, doesn't like watching performances. Well, let's move you to performer, Bombwreck. Let's see if that works better for you. And if you die, well then, unfortunate. We already have a functioning, I don't feel like exiling him, no. If that was something I was willing to do, I would have done it already. We already have a functioning steel industry up and running. So I can just queue that back up. I have some cranky nobles soon. They literally just got elected like a minute ago. And it's just a, what's it called? It's just a mayor, so I'm just going to be giving that mayor some space right now. And cranky nobles, not really, only if you ignore them for an extended period of time, which I'm not planning on doing. So, no, he'll be fine. Oh, that looks ugly as shit. Let's put the mayor up by the chickens. You can have slightly bigger than chicken coops as your space as mayor. Your immaturity knows no bounds, Scary Hen. Get that smoothed. And we are going to build space for our mayor right quick. Because this whole fort's going to be abandoned, hopefully, by the end of today. Because I got 2 years to build the main fort. I got to get on that. All right, so this will be dining hall and office for my mayor, who just got appointed. Dining hall and office. Which, you know, neither of them are high value, but that's fine. And then back here, I'll put another room. This can be your bedroom. Is it normal to have your first wave be 1 necromancer and 8 other adults? 9 of them are grandmaster persuaders and counselors. Sounds like they all came from a fort with a library. That or they were all previously military, because military trains those types of skills. Be one of the two, if I were to guess. How are you doing over here, Vacker? Dejected after being unable to pray. That's also a problem. That's something else I should do. I'm going to make them a little temple at the end here. Something else that we need for this little temporary fort is a little temple. Nothing fancy, just a little zone where they can worship, after all. And up here, I'm going to put a door and a bed. I'm going to zone that. And this can be given to my mayor, who is married to Femme. I need cabinets and chests and all that crud. You know, the stuff that they need. Cabinet, cabinet. Chest, chest. Now I just need an armor rack and a weapon rack. We'll make rock, weapon racks, and we'll make those out of... why not microcline? It'll be fine. I mean, if you want to just watch people actively do damage to themselves, I guess that's a way to entertain yourself. There you go. So, Bomrek, the lifeguard from previous fort, is our first casualty in this here fort. It's a damn shame, but I gotta say, rest in peace to Bomrek, lifeguard. You were a good dwarf. You can write libraries from scratch. It requires some... It's a bit of a process, though. Oh, right. Iron sarcophagus. Lifeguard found dehydrated. Yeah, well, like I said, he was healing over right when we found him anyway. And he was tantruming a whole bunch. Unfortunately, it kind of met his own fate, really. All right, do I have a loom? I don't actually think I have a loom yet. Let's go to clothing and leather. Plop a loom down there. I do have thread showing up. And also, I'm going to do a thing real quick. We're going to go over to work orders. I'm going to set you down to 15, or 10, actually. You down to 10 as well. Yeah, stealing books is definitely quicker. Although there's certain types of books that dwarves can't write. Dwarves can't write books with multiple pages. I'm also going to slaughter all of my male pigs. Or actually, all of my adult pigs, not even just male. All of the adult pigs. Because we kind of have a lot of them. But we also have a lot of piglets. And I Would like to give them a chance to not, you know, just die up in there. Also make some more leather. And we can go down here and we can continue working on this. So this is going to be the fortress, essentially. This is where the fortress is going to be constructed. And we're going to build. They only write short books. They only write essays, really. I think is actually like the term that they use is essays. I don't actually know if I'm going to fill this entire layer in or not. I might. We'll just work on filling this in. And also having a bunch available for, you know, next winter. That's why you like scrolls? Yeah, because scrolls are only one page. Right? Oh no, a glassmaker withdraws from society. That's not good. I don't have any glass industry currently. This is all dolomite, which is also all flux. And this is all jet. So let's just go mine out all of this jet. I usually find myself just either stealing or buying most of the books. And sometimes I'll set up a small paper industry, but it generally doesn't do much. It usually just kind of, you know, exists and then ceases to exist. They write a handful of books and then that's about it. I need to sneeze. What do animals eat in those pens? Nothing, technically. The lore reason is that they are eating vermin that spawn on the floor around them. But creatures that aren't grazers don't actually have, like, a hunger meter. They don't need to eat anything. That's been my suggestion to people for years. I don't know if they're taking it from me, but I did a whole series of forts where I did nothing but auto-mine ore veins and then fill bedrooms up with them. Yeah, so non-grazing creatures technically don't need anything for food. Like, they don't actually have a hunger meter. But they do kill vermin, which show up around them. So occasionally you'll find, like, dead slugs around. It's because they're killing them. Cats do that, pigs do that, chickens do that. Any kind of bird, indoor fortress will do that. Also need to find some more dwarves that would be good for the military. That's a child. But then I need to figure out where I'm going to put my tombs. I might put the tombs in these old ore veins, but then I have to kind of commit to that, and I'm not entirely sure I'm ready to commit to that yet. I have a tutorial on YouTube on how to make books. You need sheet, so you need to make sheet paper, and then you need to make the sheet into a quire at a craft store shop, and then they write on the quire, and then once the quire has been written on, then you can bind it into a book using a book binding. So book bindings need to be separate, sheet needs to be made separate, and the sheet needs to be made into quires. Yeah, that too. They do, in fact, kill cave spiders. Welcome back, Cavity. You're 2.5 years into your library with no bed still? That sounds like Dwarf Fort. Let's go over here. make a meeting area. This is just going to be a generic anything temple to no specific deity. And we're going to lock it to local residents only. They can go there and worship. That'll help a bit. Mayor wants what? What do you want, Mayor? Want shields. Oh, that's easy. I need to make that anyway. Do 10 shields. You're still making steel. Good. You're smelting hematite. You make pig iron, please. And if you're like, what is pig iron? Google it. Base mayor. Yeah, mayor who's asking me to do things I want to make anyway. It's nice. That's a lot of seeds. Okay. Well, probably got some more chickens I can eat pretty soon. And then I got my military training down there. Although I need my military to equip better weapons here. Or better gear. Except you, because you insist on always grabbing an axe, are going to learn to use a spear, damn it. There we go. Quality of gear increasing. They all have helms now, as an example. They can all get better at using armor. I keep on having these military dwarves showing up from my past fort with, like, you know, I ate your lobsters here, right? 9 notable kills and 50 other kills. Mostly in Toe Thief and Maligned Hailed and other places. Very low on drinks? Yeah, I know. In fact, we're out of drinks. I literally just looked up and was like, that seems a problem. Still early fort days where you run out of drinks occasionally. Is what it is. Low equal... we had no... Yes, exactly. We had no drinks. All right, so that can just sit there doing that. Need to check my status of making jet blocks. We are currently out of making jet blocks. Rock block. Let's make 500 and say how many jet do we have? Jet, 112. Well, we'll work on them. Go back down and we're going to continue mining out jet. Down here, because all of this is jet. All of this purple. This is what I need mined. Jet. How to make drinks here? Same way you make drinks anywhere? What? What do you mean? Probably not the ocean hive. I mean, we have a garden. John Sturb, thank you very much for the prime with the 2nd month. Cheers. Welcome back. Enjoy the ad-free viewing for the next 30 days. Courtesy of Amazon. Around the edge. Knock that out. Thanks for them Bezos bucks. You know. We're up to early summer. We haven't traded with the humans yet. I don't think so. Because it's for ore and... Because the auto mine is for ore and for... what's the other one? It's for ore and for gems, not economic. Kilonite auto mines? Yes, but kilonite is technically an ore. Or the game considers it an ore. Some lignite does, I think. I'm pretty sure bituminous coal does. But the game treats them like ore. Like they're kind of in their own weird category. What's up, Creed? So I would assume that those would The ore of porcelain. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Killinite is coded like ore. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a copy paste job because it operates exactly the same. Yeah, you can't spell porcelain without ore. See? There you go. Or not. I mean, shh. Ore of porcelain? I don't know if there... Did dwarves have a word for porcelain? I don't know. I'd need to look. So this is kind of me like outing my strata here for a second. This is very funny to me. I just received a so for a while there's been a back and forth with people posting passive aggressive post-it notes on the public bulletin board down in the front lobby of the building, asking people to like stop leaving trash in a particular spot. Anyway, there's been some drama in my building about that. I just received an email from my strata council that says all residents are reminded to not post any notices about other residents. Please refrain from posting notices about other occupants of the building. This is just way too fucking funny to me. I'm sure that there's a reason to not do that, but man, that's funny. After the past few months, that is just very, 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 very funny. Bunch of softies. No gossip in the public lobby. Bah. Oy. It's hysterical. Yeah, there's also a camera pointed directly at it so they'd know it was me. I'm not going to do that. I'm good. No, I'm not even on Strata Council. I stay about as far away from my building strata as humanly possible. I look at the minutes sometimes to see if they still have the gardeners fired, but that's about it. I just want them to hire a gardener. That's my only real hope. But instead, they pay way too much for a private security company to walk around my very quiet building twice a day. So, you know, I don't like my strata very much. Thief! Protect the horde from skulking filth. It's a goat? I kind of doubt that. Ah, there's a Kodo fuck among us. The kobold who is now booking it. Must have scared all my goats. Kodo fuckungus. There you go. The kobold. Novice appraiser. Didn't get anything of value. Oh no, got scared by wild boar. Dude, run. Get off the map. You got this. I know you're terrified. Don't fight with the wild boar. You'll lose. You're the size of a large muskrat. Get off the map. Master of Kung Fu. No, it's Kofo. Kodofo? Master of Kodofo. Get off the map, you dumb Kulbit. What group are you part of? Oh, they're part of Gongus. Well, you should make yourself Gongus, little guy. Come on. Or don't. Fine. You know what? I'm just gonna let you do it. This poor kobold. He's fine. Not like I'm sending my dwarves to kill him or anything. I love me a kobold from time to time, but all right. I should probably be able to satisfy my mayor now. I love how well this fort runs, though. It's so nice to play a high frame rate fort after playing a low frame rate fort for so long. This poor kobold. I'm sure he won't die. So I have a glass maker for artifact that's been started. So I'm going to make a glass furnace. I might actually have to make 2. But the problem is they probably want raw green glass. I'm going to have to make raw green glass. Yes, okay. So you, pictures of glass, you want raw green glass and shining bars of metal. All right, well, I need to make another glass furnace, so I guess I will cut out some more of this. Cram another glass furnace up there. No! Scary hand. No, we will let the kobold exist, and if he's successful in stealing something, frankly, I think that kobold deserves it, because he's trying his best, and he's working very hard to steal things. I really like kobolds. I will not hurt the kobolds. You can be a horrible person in your video games, but you telling me to be a horrible person in my video games will just get you responses like, no. Now, if it was a goblin, absolutely, we would shred it. Set it on fire. Good riddance. But it's a kobold, not a goblin. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, if he's able to steal, like, I don't know, a muffin, like, that's fine. You can have it. I don't care. It's a muffin. As the dwarves come up here and build stuff. Oh, come on. You know every kobold's a muffin kobold. After that, it's war. I mean, if he steals a golden artifact, yes, we will turn all of them into red mist. But kobolds are incapable of actually stealing things, so I don't mind so much. I don't feel the slightest need to pay back any favors done for her. What a dwarf. All right, let's go over here and make a little sand collection location. And we're going to fly back down to here, and we're going to make ourselves another glass workers workshop. Not a magma glass furnace, just a glass furnace. Neither of them really impact my frame rates. Unless they're, like, blocking pathing. Like, unless there's smoke coming out of it for some reason. There are ogres in DF. I've seen them a couple of times. They're not super common. 11 steel bars and 28 pig iron. Out of coal. Well, make 1 charcoal. Sand. Well, I guess I need bags. Can you make me a bag? Okay, you grab the pigtail cloth. Waiting for it to arrive. Make coke. From lignite. I'm going to pause the game the second this bag is done. Forbid and unforbid. Collect sand. Do it now. Did you already reclaim that? Rumble. Okay, I need you to make me a few bags, actually. These are all just going to get ripped away from there. Is there a naked dwarf around? No, you're a child. That's fine. That is entirely up to you. Cavity. Hello, Hanvai. Hypothetically, you could, yes. In practical reality, ogres are like trolls, so they're not tameable. They're members of Goblin Society, so good luck. I don't know if ogres, I don't think ogres are playable in adventure mode, though. Because they're considered a wild animal. Did I not tell you to make Coke? Let's go mine some more Coke. Or lignite, rather. Yeah, these don't... Okay, those do auto mine. The lignite does. I just clicked on the one tile that didn't have lignite in the wall. I think what happened is I have some other things queued up in the background to go, like, to start being made. And I have a feeling that it automatically queued one up when I made one charcoal. But I'm going to make a single tile tomb right here. What? I see you're set to multi. I might move this tomb later. I don't know, but I gotta get that dwarf buried. Coke as in, you know, fuel for furnaces. I'm obviously not making cocaine in Dwarf Fortress. Lignite is an ore which is made into coke, which is similar to coal. And I'm mining a bunch of it right now. Apparently I kind of have it everywhere. It's just all up in my walls. Yeah, they're drunk enough anyways. I don't really agree that that would be fun. I think that would be kind of unfun, actually. Keeping my walls where I want them to be. Neither, actually. Not pop nor the drug. I mean, I could just keep repeating that it is in fact not what you think it is, but, you know, you won't ever listen to me, so it's fine. I'll simply ignore what you're saying. You know, it's funny. There's some people who seem to think I'm just really mad at my audience and annoyed at my audience all the time. I'm actually annoyed at my audience right now, and I don't know why. This is rare. I'm not normally actually annoyed when I sound annoyed. But for some reason today, things are just annoying me. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just me getting old, actually. Quericus Helvica, what's up? No, it was below 2%. Scary hen. Becoming more and more like a dwarf. Nah, I think it's just because it's Thursday, which is like my Friday, and it's like, you know, when you hit Friday and you're just like, man, I want the week to be over. I want to just sleep in, because Fridays I get to sleep in, so I just kind of want to sleep in, and I think that's part of it. how much cloth do I have? $150 rope reed cloth. Let's make bag, cloth bag. Let's do 10. Let's also do cloth trousers, cloth dress, cloth tunic, cloth sock, and cloth shoe. We'll do 15 of each, I think. Sand, collect sand. That's what I need. And we'll do 2 of those. We'll just force that to happen. Make sure that that job happens. There is a schedule beneath the stream, and I start at the same time every day. Scary him? The same time I started today. Do I have a sand collection zone? Everyone I know who constantly mentions the crystal who isn't a Final Fantasy character is addicted to that stuff. I mean, sure, but like, I guess I'm more just impressed how many people don't know what coke is more than anything. Like, it's got nothing to do with like drug addictions. It's just like, I'm just impressed how few of you actually know what coke is. Like, I knew what coke was before playing Dwarf Fort. But, you know, I guess metal fabrication isn't something that's really taught these days. Scary Hen, I don't stream until 2 a.m. No. And I just... You are just kind of aggravating my gears. Like, your questions always either make me want to smack you or just not respond to you, and you just repeatedly pestering me about the time that I start my stream. I start my stream at 9 a.m. Pacific, and I stream for about 10 to 11 hours most days. Okay? I stream Monday to Thursday. You can figure that out by simply looking at my schedule. I'm in Pacific time. Figure it out. And if you can't, I can't help you. This is either Dwarf Fortress from back in the day or maybe one of the train mods from Minecraft. I remember Coke because I did learn about Coke from video games. In Sid Meier's Locomotion, not in Transport Tycoon, you transport Coke. Transport Coke, coal, and various other ores. Yeah, it's adjusted for your local time zone. So, like, what time I start streaming shouldn't really matter to you. Wow. That's unpleasant. Not here. We use electrical to heat our houses. It depends on like what part of the world you're from, I suppose, and whether or not you have a coal heater. But I think in some parts of the world they still use coal. No, I have a little bit of tinnitus in my left ear. Thanks, Slipknot. And it just kicked in real heavily. Yeah, but wood isn't charcoal, really. Like a coke furnace is very different from a wood furnace. All right. Let's see, has that... Cool, so I have collected a bag of sand. There's just too much competition for the bag is the actual problem. And now I should be able to just make raw green glass. 1 raw green glass. And Celesty, you wanted your dwarf to be working on glass? Just have to find you. Friendly resident glassblower. There you are. Some migrants have arrived, much to my dismay. The population should just go up to 80. And then sit there. Yes, it did. Who just arrived? A new arrival, 2 of them. Carde, gem cutter, and Cybrek, the weaponsmith. This will save me from having to cram multiple guild halls and stuff into here. All right. You've grabbed 1 raw green glass. If you can make that. Sad. What else do you need? Forest. Glass. Shining bars. Forest. Glass. Shining bars. I have wood. Plenty. And a dead horse. I should actually... turn that on so that they remove that. Sup, Layagushka? Yes, I just need another piece of glass. A couple times, yeah, I've had baklava. There used to be a little bakery that made baklava, which closed some time ago, around the time pandemic happened. You know, I'm tempted to make a manually pumped... And that would be like the goofiest thing I've ever made. A manually pumped, Wow, that went all the way up there. I'm very tempted to make a manually pumped, like, mist generator. And just have, like, 4 dwarves pumping. Like, I don't actually... It would just cease to function, and I would need to refill it constantly. And it would spray mud everywhere. But I think it would be kind of, like... consistent with the style of this fort. PA90, what kind of dwarf would you like? That's hilarious. Okay, let's do it. because it'll drastically help the moods in this fort, because I'm neglecting these dwarves badly. So if I just put one, like, right here, that'll help. Everybody has to run past this. That's evil and brilliant. I mean, it's going to get mud everywhere, but they pump and get sprayed. No, it's not going to be specifically for sad dwarves. Any dwarves will be able to get into it. But there will be 4 pumps up here. Let's just do iron corkscrews. Iron pipe sections. They can work like up to like 8 levels above or something. But just with buckets, no, because something needs to disturb it to turn it into mist. Any of them with a mining roll? So you'd like a miner? Well, I got all of these up top. So we got Unib available. We got Zasset. We got... oh, it's party time. Yeah, it seems to be mostly dwarves that are already... We got Ezum. We got Cogsack. We got Vacker. I guess it depends on if you want a beard or not. But we're also about to get hit by an ad, so... How about this one? Cogsack. One of the original 7. Has a pick. He never deliberates before acting to the point of being considered thoughtless. He is incredibly brave in the face of looming danger, perhaps a bit foolhardily, hence why he has a pickaxe. He has a tendency towards forming deep and emotional bonds with others and is quite polite. He likes to brawl and has a sense of duty. He occasionally overindulges and has an active sense of humor. When he's thinking, his body becomes very still, and he needs alcohol to get through the working day and likes working outdoors and only grumbles mildly at shitty weather and is a hardened individual. He dreams of raising a family and personally believes that time taken to master a skill is a horrible waste and thinks friendship is important. Doesn't care about leisure time one way or another, and dreams of raising a family, obviously. He likes marble, aluminum, or aluminium, depending on what part of the planet you're from, pyro, coral, and osprey bone, linen fabric, and the color lemon, leggings, and the sound of the meandering mother, and when possible prefers to consume giant white stork and single grain wheat beer, and absolutely hates bats. His quite sparse hair is somewhat greasy, his medium-length beard is neatly combed, and his very long mustache is arranged in double braids. His very long hair is neatly combed, and he has a deeply recessed chin. He has a scratchy voice, and his nose is extremely short. Wait, really? Why? And his head is narrow, and his pale brown skin is wrinkled, and his cobalt eyes are slightly wide set. And there's a dead hamster on the ground. And the dwarves want a metalsmith's saw. Great. Awesome, great. A metalsmith's saw. Where in the hell am I gonna put that? Little room back here. This fort knows how to party. It knows how to something. All right, chat. Ads incoming. I had to read that fast, so dodge. It's plain old metalsmith. I don't mind having a metalsmith saw though. Like that's a good thing to have early. Getting up to late summer. Mid-fall is when... Make another round of raw green glass. Okay, now never mind. They haven't finished collecting sand, so... Am I out of cloth? What's up? Oh. Apparently I'm out of cloth already. Excellent. Let's get all that stuff cleaned up and go get us some more cloth. Get up some more brew drink from plant jobs, unless we're out of barrels. Doesn't appear to be. You're making paper the first time and you have everything set up, but it took you way too long to figure out the work is done at a screw press and not a farmer stand. Yeah, I do have a tutorial on paper making in libraries, but it's one of the tutorials that like nobody watched because I put it out kind of late. But it's like 8 minutes. Walks you through the basics. Papyrus makes things way quicker, yeah. And it also gives you an excuse to scream, "Papyrus!" really loudly. Which, you know, is always great.
Papyrus.
Papyrus! It's one of the tutorials you have to watch multiple times. Yeah, excellent. That's, I guess part of my strat is I just talk so fast that you have to watch it multiple times to comprehend what I'm talking about. And that's how I really make the YouTube money. Oh, how many times did you have to embark until you found papyrus? Because finding, like, I think I can count on one hand the number of times I've actually had papyrus on an embark. Guild Hall, metalsmiths. Metalsmiths. There it is. They have to vault the table to get into it, but you know what? That's fine. What's up? Not a whole much. And yourself? Neocomra? What's the theme for today? We're damming the ocean. To hell. Or something. Much easier. Yeah, I agree, Layagushka. Let's get all these placed. Like, you know, none of these are particularly high value, but... The shame is this dwarf's gonna go insane trying to make this artifact because I can't get sand. Those are all gonna cancel because we're out of cloth. Hopefully they'll just make these bags. I have plenty of... Oh, I know what happened. I was looking at that when traders were there. But I actually have no cloth. That makes some sense. I'm also going to do a thing real quick. Let's not brew pigtails, because I'm pretty sure I've been... Is that... Oh, boars, not bears. I read that as bears. I'm now disappointed. Let's not brew pigtails. Because we're probably brewing pigtails because we're still in early game. Kitchen. Cave wheat. Well, they're there. Don't brew pigtails, please. Make those into cloth, please. Only 10 of them actually had what you needed, and 2 had papyrus. Yep. Yeah, that's how Dwarf Fort works. Let's just make some iron walls, or maybe steel walls. That, or Steel statue. Make 10. I can move them later. Guess it must be out of jet. Not true. They just need to transport jet up. As well as the dolomite and all that other crap. All right, what else do we have? Got hematite up there. Various other things. I'm going to place another coffin down here. Plop a tomb right there. I'm going to approve the Metalsmith's Guild Hall. Value's not high enough yet, but we'll get there. Especially once they start making those statues. Corkscrews are all done, so I can go here. And I'm going to go screw pump, screw pump, screw pump, screw pump. Free range tomb, you know? Got to keep those tombs free range. I'm also realizing I don't actually have a water source in this fort. Probably make a well. Even if it's just an easy well. Was ridiculous? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, like, papyrus is not impossible to find, but it's certainly not easy to find. And, there's a couple materials out there like that. No idea who that is. Why would I name it something Wellington? You know, here's the thing. When you ask, if you feel the need to ask me, the answer is almost always no. Right? Like, McJerby, you really like to push things. You like to push the naming of dwarves. Primarily, we should be naming dwarves after people in chat, because those are the people that will care, that have the opportunity to ask about their dwarf and check in. If you think something is funny and want to name somebody something, cool. If you're sticking to obtuse references or references that you have to ask me about, don't ask, because the answer is probably no. All you're doing is just making, you know, my answer be no to things that you might want. If you get it, sure, I'll name somebody. If you feel the need to ask, don't. Ideally, stick to things everybody would know. Or, alternatively, something that is funny. But if you have to ask, you've already lost me. To have unlimited paper? Having unlimited paper isn't that hard. I mean, the process of making them into, like, flurry, you know, very much, or slurry, gives you seeds, right? So. Also, that's a water source, not a pit pond. I always click the wrong one. Boop, there we go. Start pumping. Start pumping. Now we have a gym. Well, if you're sorry about being pushy, I have a pro tip for you. Stop being pushy. You know, just don't do it. Okay, that glassmaker went berserk. That's a bit of a shame. Did you say anything, Doomed, before you went completely insane? Nope, you just started attacking people. Seems like you just kind of got the shit kicked out of you, though. What a shame. Well, a few more dwarves vomiting, but that's about it. Right. Items are getting placed in tombs. Yep. Kind of fell apart is an example of what happened, that's for sure. It's probably for the best, though. It's not that bad, Dev. It's like playing any other obtuse strategy game. You just kind of pick it up. Old Dwarf Fortress? Define old. What version? Are we talking like 2016 Dwarf Fort? Or are we talking like version 47, like a more recent one? The one on the website? You mean the one that looks like this? Because that's not old. It's just what DF Classic looks like. Oh, also, hold up. Never mind. I thought that they swapped out the little smileys, which they didn't. Yeah, that's not old. That's just like the free version. It's the same game. It is the identical game. So it's just simply free. Oh, it certainly makes it less intimidating, but mechanically it's identical. All right, that dwarf got put away. Like, gameplay-wise, they are the same game. But it certainly does make it less intimidating. I wish that goat would die. Okay, we're into early autumn, so in like a month, the oceans are going to freeze again. It's going to be a mad dash to get a wall built. Caravan has arrived. Let's sell crappy clothes that have fallen apart, which I'm sure there's some. Really? No? Okay. Then instead I will sell cut gems, probably. It won't let you zoom out of the play area because that version of the game doesn't have zoom enabled, because zoom is only enabled in this version of the game, which is the experimental build, which is only available through Steam. Which means the tutorial is currently not completable on the free version. Which is kind of hysterical if you ask me, but... buy that. I'll buy a... okay, fine. I won't buy a steel anvil because I can't afford them. I will buy some meats. Until... well, the free version is mostly pointed towards players who've been playing the game for years who don't need a tutorial, right? Because, like, the thing that you need to realize about this game is that, like, it's been around for so long that there are some things that are just kind of like, nah, yeah, you don't need that. But you'll be able to zoom in that mode soon. Or in the free version soon. whenever version 50.09 comes out, which supposedly is the like next week. We'll see though. It'll be out when it's ready, as Dwarf Fortress works. And then eventually you'll just be able to hold control and zoom. Nope. Or rather, I don't know. I assume not. Working title. I'm not tech support. I don't know when updates are coming out. I know that they are working on a fix. I don't know when it'll be out. What's coming? Fuck if I know. Like, it's not that they don't tell me things. I know what's in the beta branch, which is like all of Putnam stuff. What's coming in version 50.09? Whatever's coming. What Papa Lurk said. And I'm not their PR. And they don't tell me anything. Like, legit, like, Kit Fox has been radio silent. All I've heard from Kit Fox is that there's there was merch coming, and then merch was out, and then apparently they were putting merch aside for some content creators and people who have covered the game heavily, and then I got an apology stating that Fangamer fucked up and didn't actually put merch aside, so not only did I not buy merch because I thought they put merch aside, but also I thought they put merch aside and then the merch in my size sold out. So, you know, thumbs up, Fangamer, A+. Merch is hot. Merch is what it is. It's merch. It's rough. I mean, I don't care that much about merch, so it's fine. I will live. As well, let this fill up. Pull this lever real quick. We have until mid, I think it's the 22nd of next month. The Dwarf Fortress didn't have Z levels until about 2009. This is going to be a rad fort. It's just going to take some construction work. Just letting this water flow in. No, you start above ground. I built a little temporary fort underground, and I'm using that temporary fort as a like off-site construction zone to build a bigger fort. No, I'm just letting the water build up. It's actually just like a wall that's suspended above. Ow, my tinnitus, my ear keeps going up. It's actually. Jesus. It's actually a suspended wall above ground here. So, or above water. King the Space Disco Fox, who is my outpost liaison from a previous fortress, has it says they are my liaison from the Mountain Homes, and they're here to discuss the situation. I'm going to request. Let's just request steel because I'm lazy. They want amulets, okay? Yes, you are my liaison, King. Which also means you're not going to migrate here probably ever. All right, is that full? Almost. 20. If you pump it through a pump, it becomes clean water. Is how they treat salt water. I need to make a well. So right here. Maybe your dwarf will live to see another fort after this one. Depends on if we get the king in this fort. I'm not planning on it, though. So. Just kind of realized I fucked up with this. This is all going to cancel in it? Yep. This can be our well. A migrant has arrived. Okay. Yeah, I really like when dwarves show up in new forts as migrant waves. I think my cable's starting to go in this headset. Everything's breaking today. My tinnitus flared up, and now the cable feels like it's starting to go in my headset. Awesome. Fucking fantastic. Make you out of bauxite, sure, why not? Bunch of mechanisms and stuff. So water will eventually fill that. Let's get a new headset and mic for streaming. Don't buy a headset with a microphone. Buy a headset and a microphone. Get yourself a USB mic, though. Don't worry about these stupid auxiliary mics. Get like a USB Audio-Technica AT 2020 or something. Well, we will let that fill. We will let that fill. Like, it's not a great microphone, but it'll do. XLR input mics are great, but like just starting streaming, like you don't fucking need shit. Holy shit, that's a lot of random animals that I don't need. Oh hey, Carde brought a pet cat named Obak. It's a kitten. He's annoyed when caught in the rain. That is one of the most catty things I've read in a while. You forgot two Stream Deck XLs. Dev, is the part that you forgot. It's such a requirement for any streamer. Waiting for this to freeze. Although I'm kind of curious if it's going to freeze. Because headsets with microphones are generally terrible. I'm getting a phone call from my doctor. They're just confirming a appointment for next week, which I do have in my calendar. I just, you know, that's actually a phone call I need to answer when that happens. Also means I'm going to have to end my Monday stream early, but that's fine. I wonder which end it's at. The Cyclops Omo Nongombogus Stuza Amul has come. A giant humanoid monster with a single eye in its forehead. Yeah, but here's the thing, right? The microphone will last forever, but the $80 mixer will last for 2 years. $80 mixers are terrible, sound terrible, and don't last very long, right? So, disagree. You just want the USB one. Just get yourself a USB one, especially if you're just starting out. All right, where are you at, boy? Where are you at? Okay, that's actually the good side for it to be on. Did you bring anything? Ooh, what's this? You have a bronze spear. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. On the item is an image of shining suns in sardonyx. Interesting. What else do you have? A bronze mace. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with blind cave bear bone. Yeah, it's a cyclops. No, it's not a forgotten beast. It is not a forgotten beast. Fortunately, that's all you have. Enemy with everybody, no relationships. She is unbelievably stubborn and will stick with the most futile action once her mind is made up, like attacking the dwarves. Fuck her up, boys. All right, let's close all these. So, Olmo, the charcoal of judges. I mean, you get burned by judges. Is charging Vacker the child. Run away, Vacker. You too, Moral. You three, Esm. Run away, you idiots. It's okay, they run fast. Now stay right there, because that's where we're going to put your body after you die. Perfect. The dwarves come flying up, and it appears that one of the items is already forbidden. The Cyclops attacks the Clother, but she jumps away. And then the Cyclops stabs the Clother in the upper body. Well, that's not good. Did you kill a dwarf? Motherfucker, you killed a dwarf. Well, stabs the Clother in the upper body, tearing the muscle and the left lung through the sheepwool tunic, and an artery has been opened by the attack. The Cyclops then punches the Clother with her left hand. That is a child, I'll have you know, not a nude dwarf. It's a child that was getting carried by Ushuir, I think. So anyway, it's actually a, a baby. So, hopefully they kill the baby while they're at it. The dwarven baby Urist is fighting, though. Says, Gaba. And then got stabbed and bashed. And all she has to say is Gaba. Well, Korab seems to be terrified while in conflict, and terrified while in conflict. The horrible Cyclops over here is getting stabbed. I actually got a spear embedded in her. So, that's all good. The dwarves have finished up the kill, it looks like. I'm going to get my military back onto training. But we at least have some artifacts. And lost a dwarf in the process. Gaba indeed. Yep. Rest in peace, Ushuir. Hopefully, Urist, you will grow up to be a grand, strong dwarf. Her upper arm is mangled beyond recognition. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I think I should make a hospital. I mean, I don't need to, but I think I should. It's only right. If I don't, I will just kind of feel bad. So I'm going to place 2 beds in the hallway and give them a container next to the hallway, And I'm going to queue up a single traction bench. Just one. And this can be my hospital. Under nobles, chief medical dwarf can be Nutwick, I would say. And Nutwick, you can be a doctor or diagnoser. We can assign Cog or surgeon. I have a high master surgeon. And for bone doctor, glass half empty can do that job. Can you do anything with the slab of life and death in fort mode? Nope, only adventure mode. There is a zombie in my fort. Oh, hey, Tyler showed up. Awesome. Doesn't feel anything when talking with an acquaintance. Yeah, because you're undead. Also, apparently Aegis also died. I'm not actually sure what killed Aegis. Aegis was fighting... Okay, Aegis also got killed by the Cyclops. Well, time to go place 2 more coffins, I suppose. Might as well place all 3 of these. He knew better? I mean, it's gonna be a rough start. We'll catch up eventually, don't worry. It'll eventually be okay. But for right now, yeah, it's gonna be a rough start. But also, you were the, you know, what's the word? Outpost liaison, so you can't migrate here. Unless we become the mountain home. Or the capital. You live in the capital. We're making a traction bench out of a claystone table. Let's see if they're actually completing it. Oh, actually, everything's frozen. So, to heck with those injured dwarves. We gotta get to mining. We gotta get this ice down to the ground. How do I place items from the workshop? Stuff it depends on what it is. Most of the items have a piece somewhere in one of these build zones, but it depends on what you're trying to place. But build and then furniture, probably. Unless it's like a toy or something, or an item that kids will just play with, or dwarves will just collect. Beds, so furniture, bed. And then you have to zone the bed as a bedroom using Z, which is the zone tool, or click on this menu right here. I do also have basic tutorials for all of this stuff on my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you look at my quick tutorials series, almost every one of like the basic Dwarf Fortress questions, I probably have a video. There's like 46 of them or something. But build furniture bed. It's off to mine we go, absolutely. Fortunately, we can do this pretty quickly. And we only need to go down to more levels, I think. This is first one we just have to mine out, and then I have to mine out the one beneath it. The one beneath it, then we need to dig out one on the edge, and then install jet walls. Okay, you do that. Wait for that to go out. Yes, exclamation point YouTube. Ironically, your link is better than my link, because my link is a very old command from a very, very, very long time ago, back before we had specific URLs. Thanks, TikTok, for making that popular. I'm not gonna lie, chat, I'm not ever going to be used to having @ in a URL being normal. Like, I guess that's like new internet shit that I'm never gonna be used to. Putting an @ symbol in a URL is so strange. We're damming an ocean. And by that, I mean also building in an ocean. And building a suspended... So my goal is to drain an ocean. And we're going to build a riverbed fortress in the... Or like an ocean floor fortress, basically, in the bottom of an ocean. That is the goal for this fort. And also use minecarts for defense as much as possible and make a machine fort. Yeah, and literally the first time I saw it, Sly Blue Cat, was TikTok. So I blame TikTok for inflicting this internet trend on us. Soon it's going to be twitch.tv @blindIRL or /@blindIRL instead of just blindIRL. You know what's kind of cool though, chat? Based on my stats, we should stay above 1,000 subscribers today, even if I don't get a single new sub today. BlindIRL.zip, stop! Game was paused. I think .mov is worse than .zip. True freak? Nemo's dream? Is in like Finding Nemo? Or do you mean like Captain Nemo? I'm just going to assume you mean Captain Nemo. So there's no slugs at the bottom of the sea. I'm curious to know if there's going to be any like assets at the bottom of the sea. Like, is there a sea bottom like sprite? Because previously there wasn't. Okay, so that should now be a functioning well. Somebody could be trying to fill pond now. Got 4 dwarves just operating pumps nonstop. Clean patient. Yep. Clean patient. Oh, there goes adamantine ballista arrows. Wooden bucket. Make 10 of them. Got another dwarf game for a bit. What other dwarf game? You know what's funny? Dwarves can like coral, and Forgotten Beasts can be made of coral, but there are no coral. There is plenty of fish, though. We were spotting seahorses yesterday, and there's, like, various ocean creatures that live in this ocean. Yeah, there's no sprite for riverbed, which is why I'm curious if there's going to be a sprite for ocean bed. But yeah, no, dwarves can like coral, and Forgotten Beasts can be made of coral, but there is no coral in Dwarfort. What is anything that's done quickly is an F1 pit stop? Diamond, does that mean we need to rename Summer Games Done Quick from Summer Games Done Quick to Summer Games Done Pit Stop? Because like I'm down. I'm all for this, but I don't think everybody would agree with you. So this is just ocean that we're digging into. This is a frozen ocean. So as we dig out the edge of this, I'm going to build a wall around the edge. So it's not going to drown us. Something has collapsed on the surface. That's mildly concerning. Summer Games Done, Red Bull Pit Stop. Yeah, there you go. Speaking of Red Bull, Spain this weekend. Can't wait. It's like my only actual plans for my birthday is I'm going to watch Formula 1. Yes, the ocean freezes all the way down to the seafloor. It's pretty shallow here. Yes, I've been watching Formula 1 for like 4 or 5 years. But I've been passively paying attention to Formula 1 for way longer than that. But now that I live alone, I can, actually watch cars go fast without worrying about waking other people up. What about NASCAR? I watch Formula 1. Sometimes Formula 2. Sometimes Formula 3. Occasionally Formula E. I don't watch stock cars that go in a circle. I don't really like oval races. Oval track is boring. Change my mind. I watch real racing. Realistically, I don't have time to watch other racing series. Formula One's enough. Tell an Artho, what kind of dwarf would you like? I don't have any scribes, before you ask. What about Monaco? Monaco is the worst track of the year. By a lot. Like, it's awful. It sucks. It's bad. I usually don't watch the race itself. Qualifying is cool to watch, though. What will happen to the ice blocks? They will melt. Which is why I'm filling in the walls before they melt. Stadium super trucks? Are those the ones that jump like crazy, or is that just the oval track? Because there's two truck racing series I'm familiar with. There's, or aware of. There's the ones where they jump like crazy for some reason, and they look like they've got the zoomies, and then there's ones where they just race pickup trucks on NASCAR tracks. Which one are you talking about? Is that the ones that jump on like on every straight? Yeah, no, I've never watched it. I've seen highlights before. I'm like, this looks extraordinarily dumb, but I've never actually watched it. I also, like, I don't have TV, so a lot of the more, like, random, obtuse things that get raced, I don't have access to because I don't have, like, I just have F1 TV. Like, largely, the reason I watch Formula 1 is because it costs me $10 a month. That's it. Anything that actually, like, requires me to subscribe to a television service, I'm out, which is the majority. The far and away vast majority. And yeah, I know I could go find streams, but I don't care that much about racing. Ice Hockey Player, thank you very much for the 6th month. Welcome back. It's good to have you around. No beard. Beard or no beard does not matter. You usually want royalty, child of royalty. We don't have either of those things. There's no royalty or relations to royalty in this fortress. I can tell you that for fact. So, can't help you out. What's your second choice? Happy child. I wonder if I even have a happy child. I'm pretty sure like one of the only kids in the fort's parent just died, so. Would you prefer Domas or Vacker? Domas? Okay. Oh, hey, there's water everywhere. Excellent. This is just going to be mud constantly. Artifact is being started? All right, hold on. Telenartho. He rarely feels discouraged and is slow to anger. He finds helping others to be emotionally rewarding and sometimes acts with little determination and confidence, and he doesn't cling tightly to ideas and is open to changing his mind. He takes offered help and gifts without feeling particularly grateful, and when he's nervous, he clicks his tongue. And he chews his cheek when he's angry, and he scratches his nose when he's nervous and needs alcohol to get through the working day. Dreams of mastering a skill, personally sees no value in holding back complaints and concealing emotions, and doesn't particularly respect commerce and dreams of mastering a skill. He likes Engish Moshes and Dolomite, Lay Pewter and Topaz and Rope Reed Paper and the color Cardinal, Battle Axes and Mail Shirts and Yaks for their shaggy hair, and Freaks of the Night for their macabre ways, and Watermelon Vines for their fruit, and the sounds of the Palisade of Healing and the sound of the Lace of Adoring him. Impossible prefers to consume sewer brew and absolutely hates worms. I closed that out. Where were you? There you are. He is fat and his hair is quite sparse. His very long beard is braided. His short sideburns are neatly combed, and his very long mustache is arranged in double braids. His very long hair is neatly combed, and he has rust eyes that have very large irises, and his head is extremely narrow. His ears are extremely narrow, and his hair is dark chestnut, and his skin is a crew. You're the child of Calcium Crypt and Ray Britt. You got plenty of passing acquaintances, and seem like a pretty good dwarf. That's a bed. That's not the button that I want. That's the button I want. But have I really not made statues yet? Bruh. Alright, I will make iron statues instead of steel then. Must just not have enough steel. Make 10 statues. Oh, and Ranger Rick wants me to read the last word story. Give me a sec. Count as announced rewards. Shortening polygonal forms, part of life form farm itself. Okay. Lunch. Whoops, wrong button. Fat thumb to that. I need to get some statues set up here. This ain't gonna work. Nope, and there aren't going to be any giant creatures because giant creatures only show up on untamed wilds biomes. This isn't untamed wilds, it's just wilderness. There it goes. This is going to help considerably. As they come and go, this will help. And also, I'm actually going to block this here and mine through this wall, just so that they're forced to walk through that even more. Frankly, might as well get the most out of it. And once it stops, when we noticed it stops, then we can, you know, just put more water in there. And that should be fine. But yeah, we're not going to be getting any giant creatures in this map, most likely. Because giant creatures only show up... oh, shit, that was quick. Conglomerate armor stand. Sneed posting, the miner has created Sakat Kokeb, a conglomerate armor stand, and claims it is an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Zulban Rubdgild. Oh, wrong thing. That's the thing I need to click on. This is a conglomerate armor stand. All craft worship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with round conglomerate cabochons and cushion chalk cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of alder. Not a bad little artifact. I'll put this up here in this guild. Nixie, thank you very much for the 9th month. Welcome back. Cheers, friend. Jack, can I get a round of beers for those last 2 subs? Let's see how this is doing over here. Let's plug these last 2 pieces of wall up here. Working on making more jet blocks. Well, there's more jet up here. Might as well work on this. The well's going to continue filling from the natural water springs. I'll let them work on this for a minute. I'm a little bit worried about running out of jet, but we're into winter now. Also, PA90, that's a lovely looking lava entrance. Big fan. if you're still lurking in the chat. Why I'm saving every season? Because I don't like losing progress. And I don't know about you, but have you ever had a crash and gone, fuck, I lost an hour and a half? It's much more likely if you save annually than if you save seasonally. So I save seasonally. I don't really care if it takes a little bit longer. Crashes are very infrequent for me, but... I don't, you know, I've seen all of Cowboy Bebop twice. I don't think I could name a single character from that show. That show was okay. It was all right. Like, honestly, it was okay. Yeah, exactly. Better save and not need it, and gives me a good opportunity to take toilet breaks or, you know, run ads. All that shit. Half your dwarves are convicted for like 2 months. Is there a way that you can undo this killing anyone? Make enough prison cells for everybody? Or make sure that your captain of the guard is really weak and it shouldn't kill anybody. Because if there's no chains or cages or prison cells available, then your captain of the guard will beat people. And as long as your captain of the guard is just non-soldier, very weak dwarf, you're okay. So just find the weakest peasant you got and give it to them. Hey, more kobolds. Run away, kobolds. I like being close to kobolds. It's fun. Wow, they are clearing this jet out so quickly as it's mined. Well as other boulders too. All right, let's mine all the way up there, across there. Yeah, I will say the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack is one of the few soundtracks I regret buying. I bought that soundtrack on record, and I think I've listened to it maybe once, and I'm like, yep, I like this soundtrack, but I don't like it enough to listen to it. And because it's an anime soundtrack, I can't play it on streams, so it's like... Just snatchers. Hold on. Are these actual, like, goblin snatchers? Oh, shit, actual goblin snatchers. You guys need to get head bonked. Zom's gonna run inside.
Here, he has a sword.
Didn't get anything, but is sprinting away at high speed. Snatchers show up if you have no children? Yes. To which I say, good luck to them. So down here, I'm going to dig out another layer. And we can continue going down. So this should be the second to last layer I have to do. You have a very stubborn forgotten beast waiting near your mine doors. It won't leave no matter what. It likes it there. Drop. Actually, is there multiple Z levels above it, and can it fly? Because if it can't fly and there's multiple Z levels above it, drop a boulder on its head if it hasn't moved. Like, if it's just stuck somewhere, just drop a rock on it. Just need to do some clever dwarven engineering with, like, a pillar and, or a support, I think is what they're called. And channel out all the support of the rock on top of it, and then just connect it to a lever and back up at a safe distance, pull the lever, drop the pillar through the floor underneath it, and crush the Forgotten Beast. Dump zone above it probably would just make your dwarves panic. Connect the support to a lever. Supports, these, they can be connected to a lever. Yep, and they'll collapse when you connect them to a lever. You can also connect them to pressure plates, and they'll cave in. So you can do, like, safe cave-ins from a distance. It's so that you can safely cave in parts of your fort. Your dwarves just aggroed it. Well, good to hear that the situation just resolved itself, but hopefully maybe you learned something in the process. I'll wait until all of this is mined out, and then I will designate the whole thing all at once. Just so I don't screw up the shape of it. Not generally too pissy about shapes of things, but in this case I am, because I'm building a tower. Oh, look at that. I found pebbles. We're at the bottom. Look at that. There's driftwood down here. Hell yeah. Which means the next level is going to be the bottom of this. And then we can start filling this in and populating it. Thinking I'm going to just make this a housing tower. With the exception of this top layer, this is going to be trading. Right? Cat. Jet. Friction properties on materials. I don't think so. Like, as in the speed that it can move on the ground or something? You have 5 of them now? Well, that's good. There was somebody on the subreddit who was trying to catch every single Forgotten Beast in his world. Went and, like, I guess, memorized or screenshotted them all in Legends mode. And as of last post I saw, there was like 800 Forgotten... It was like 870-something Forgotten Beasts in his world, and he'd caught, like, almost all... It was in the high 700s. Had them all caught in tiny little boxes. This was in, like, version 47 ASCII. that sounds like an RNG strategist thing. Yeah, it certainly seems like something, but it wasn't something. It wasn't him who was doing it. Speaking of RNG, RNG has good taste in games, also playing through System Shock, which is nice to see. How do you get them all to come to your fort, though? Have a really high-value fort? Build in the caverns. 700 hours. Also, that wouldn't be a speedrun category because it's different for every world, right? And you have to generate a world as part of a speedrun for Dwarf Fort. Every category requires you to generate a new world each time. So with that, it would have to be a seeded run for that to work. I remember seeing a speedrun for Zero to Mountain Home in the last version, and it was like 6 hours or something. Was the world record for a bit. but now it would be way longer. Because building the true throne takes a while. Oh, are they doing that, MB Audio? Yeah, Reddit is just slowly making me dislike it more and more, but as corporate as Reddit has become, it's still my favorite social media that I don't directly use for work. I mean, I do use it sometimes for work because I post on the DF subreddit, but I just genuinely enjoy using Reddit, so. Like, I think that is half as bad as the fact that they are the only social media service that has monetized NFTs successfully without anybody noticing. So, you know, kind of just is what it is, really, with Reddit. So are you weirded out by Miku Comfy analysis? Pretty normal greeting. $12,000 for 50 million API requests? Yeah, I have no idea. That's not something I can really comment on because I have no idea. Seems like it. Please, 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 please. What is API? Chat, can somebody please give me a easy peasy what the fuck said API in like a sentence or less and add Layagushka with it, please? Streamer is lazy. Well, it's definitely not appreciation and pompous interference, so. All right, so we have finally dug to the bottom of the ocean. This is now the bottom of the ocean. Turns out if I want if I don't know the exact terms to explain something properly, I just ask chat to do it, and then everybody kind of does it. And by the time like the fourth or fifth person has typed in something, it makes sense to most anybody. You guys are very good at this. Thank you, chat room. It's like we got bauxite. More bauxite. I like the color of bauxite. Armor piercing incendiary. Yes, there you go. No, bots use APIs to connect to websites. Like my bot uses the Twitch chat API to connect to Twitch, right? And use accounts, right? So it's using Twitch's API to like sign into my extra Twitch account, Calcium Crypt, and post in my chat, right? What does language mean here? Words spoken or a thing to use to make a piece of software. Or doofus who won't shut up. Stop using language. Cease speaking. Okay, so we are up to midwinter. Let's get this last layer jetted up with jet blocks. Then we are going to see if I can get one side trenched, at least for a layer or two. Exactly! You understand, Martian of the Woods. That is precisely. By the time everybody has weighed in, then we've created something partly comprehensible. Mostly understandable. Frankenstein explanation of things? Yes. We just need cutest ghost to be in here, and then we'll ask them to explain quantum physics to us, and then everybody else will be like, duh, what? Except that one other person who also studies quantum physics will be like, well, here's how this works. Or I understand these words. And I'll be like, cool, I don't. So that's the seafloor. This is, in fact, the seafloor. Can you seafloor? Because I can't. Actually, I think this is technically one layer below the seafloor. This is the seafloor right here. Quantum physics. Particles go spinny. Sure. That was why I played Geometry Wars, was for the particles. So what you're telling me is Geometry Wars is physics? Because I thought it was geometry. You don't understand quantum physics? That's fine, neither do I. You love the intelligent undead miner. My favorite part about the intelligent undead miner is he's a terrible miner. He's really slow. Like, he has almost no skill in mining, and intelligent undead don't gain skills in anything. They're just bad at everything eternally if they're bad at something. So he's like a dabbling miner, so he's a really slow, bad miner. But he's a miner because he just never stops, so it's fine. Like, he's inefficient and slow, but at least he gets the job done. He's just enjoying his day. He's just chilling. Just chilling in his own skin. Just existing. What's left of it, anyway. Chilling like a villain. He has rigor mortis, after all. I know. I mean, the fact that he can still swing a pickaxe is great. My favorite, like, intelligent undeads are when, like, you look at their description. It's like, his head is mangled beyond recognition. It's like, what does that look like? There's just a dude with, like, a bulbous splattering of guts and viscera just walking around. It's like, he doesn't feel anything, but others must smell something when he walks by. I mean, probably hasn't showered in, like, 2 decades. Still intelligent? So's a drone ant. Technically. I'm very thankful they're not scared of friendly undead, because having half my dwarves panicking constantly and running away from a thing would be very annoying. Alright, so that is that. Let's see, is my mist generator working currently? Not currently. Can I make a bath and force your dwarves to use it? Will it function as an actual bath? No. Can you do it? Sure. Will I do it? For this fort? Not worth it. I also don't really enjoy it. Nothing is, or any undead is immune to the distraction of unmet needs, because they don't have needs. So you can't be, you can't be distracted by something you don't actually need. These dwarves get to be near a waterfall. Trimcoff, what are you? What's your wound? Your first finger on your right arm is broken. It's a massive jagged. Hold on a second. No, you. Orderlies. Nobody does this. Orderlies. Everybody does this. And traction bench. Sombre, hello. Yeah, I hate uncompletable expectations from any kind of employer. One of the reasons I'm very happy I'm self-employed. Running low on booze again. It's the orb statue? It's a flesh ball. It's a statue of a flesh ball. The item is a well-designed image of a flesh ball. And if you're wondering, what is a flesh ball? But blind, what is a flesh ball? A flesh ball is clearly a ball of flesh. A large ball of skin moving around the debris near the underground ponds. It is there that it absorbs. It is there that it. That's weird wording. It is there that it absorbs dead matter for food. The flesh ball is an amphibious creature that's made entirely of muscles and blood. It is quite slow on the ground, and it appears in clusters of 2 to 5 in the third caverns. You've never seen a flesh ball? Some dwarves like eating flesh balls. Like they prefer to eat flesh balls. Like naturally. Someone's gotta prefer to eat flesh balls. All right, well, we'll let that keep spraying dwarves. I mean, I feel like a giant ball of muscles and blood could be quite tasty if it's cooked right. But it has to be cooked right. It's like a giant natural meatball. Like, you could seriously do worse than that. Okay, so speaking of meatballs, we have this. This is completely unrelated to meatballs, but speaking of meatballs, I've got to start damming off this wall here. Tower looking nice. Thank you. I mean, it's got 1 floor on it, so. But I'm going to go from here to here. I'm going to channel out this. This is just going to be a wall. We're in midwinter, which should be enough time to build a wall, I think. On the map, it looks like a beetle head. People were saying it looks like a duck. Somebody was saying a bird. Someone earlier also said seahorse, because we found a seahorse on this map yesterday, and I posted a picture of it on Twitter and Mastodon. So, seagull. I think it looks more like a seahorse, honestly. Like, frankly. Pretty close. So alarmed. It's so like upset about its own existence. This is going to be a bit of a process to build this, I think. So once again, we have until mid-spring. Before the ocean thaws. Did a dwarf die? I don't know when you left, but we did lose a handful of dwarves, yes. Aegis was the named one who died. And the dwarf lost its mum. It was very sad. We all cried. A little group cry. It's over now, though, fortunately. See if I can just build 2 layers to this. Let's wait for that to be gone. More chunks I'm waiting on. Looks like those pumps are helping keep the dwarves happy. Heatstone today while you were over at their house. You think you finally convinced him to take on Dwarfort? Heatstone did it? Now, did you show him the like the VODs, or did you show him the community fort? Which, by the way, chat, if you guys want to be really kind and very helpful, type an exclamation point YouTube, go to the most recent upload, and leave a comment and a like, because turns out at this point, especially now that summer's hit, or like summer weather has hit for a lot of places, getting people to watch any of my YouTube videos is like pulling teeth. Doesn't matter what I upload. Shorts in the YouTube vids? Cool. That's awesome. So this wall's going to be supported by this side and then this side, and it's going to slowly start damming off the ocean. But seriously, likes and comments are very helpful. Very, very, very helpful. I think I'm going to add some texture to this wall, but we can do that over time. I don't need to do that all at once. It's going to be a process doing this diagonally. We're getting there. What this? I am building a wall in the ocean so that I can dam it. Naturally. I mean, the dam won't be natural, but... And then a few layers up here, I have a entry bridge, which is going to go into my tower up here, which we'll be working on in the summer, and we'll be working on the walls in the winter. So in the summer, we'll be working on the bridge and the tower, and in the winter, we will be building walls. Yep, that's going to be this fort. No witnesses. You started interrogating random visitor, uncovered espionage, and now you have a lot on your plate. Keep in mind with the espionage mechanics, those mechanics are all half finished. It was a that all of those mechanics were kind of given to us as like almost an apology for having to wait so long between updates. By updates, I mean wait for this update, because people who'd been playing Dwarf Fortress basically didn't get an update between about 2019 and well, version 50. So there was a small update in the middle, which gave us a bunch of slightly more baked justice features. So if the justice features feel yes, I will. That exclamation point goal, like Gushka, should explain all you need to know. But yeah, no, the process for updates were very slow, so the justice features are all kind of half baked for that reason. So the goal is to dam the ocean and then build a machine fort. By that I mean the most automated defenses I can brain together. I'm thinking automatic repeating minecarts, potentially using lava buckets. 'Cause, 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 'cause From your cousin's account? Well, I mean, hello, sniper on your cousin's account. I think that was a boulder I clicked on. And we just let these dwarves work on this for a little bit. Why are fortresses so much smaller in the map area than their hillocks counterparts? Are you talking on the world map? It's because fortresses are vertical and deep and hillocks are all on the surface. I really hate it when people smoke cigarettes right outside of my apartment. Fuckers. At least go up to the smoking area. And I say that as somebody who smokes. Admittedly, I smoke weed, but... yeah, at least smoke something that smells nice. One is kind of a pleasant aroma if you like the scent, and then the other one just smells bad even if you smoke. Write a passive-aggressive post-it? I mean, so the problem is my building has these two tables outside, right? And they're both 3 meters away from the nearest door and about 5 meters away from my apartment window. And about 5 meters away from, like, maybe a dozen other apartment windows on either side. There's a sign that says no smoking within 10 meters of the building. People just can't tell distance. Is the problem. Maybe more than cigs? I have a question. Where you live, is weed legal? Lagushka? Because I don't think it is. I'm not actually entirely sure where you live, but I don't know what they've done to weed. This shit doesn't smell anymore, like at all. It has no scent now. It's kind of wild, actually. With ocean and machines? What do you mean? Like what am I going to use machines to do stuff with the ocean, or what do you mean? What does it work with ocean and machines? Consuming is not selling and buying. Okay, well then you're just getting skunk weed, which smells like trash. Which is the stuff that most people grow because it's the easiest shit to grow. Like, the stuff that's grown around here is quite literally grown in a lab. Like, the stuff that I have right now literally smells like lemons. Like, it smells like lemon cake. It's the only way I can describe it. Like, it smells kind of lovely. But, whatever. That's actually under the wall, so I have to dig out that. You tend to not be able to smell much at all. I mean, I have a pretty good sense of smell. And I wouldn't describe myself as a daily smoker. I smoke once or twice a month. I'm generally vaping, if I'm using. Recently, I've been smoking more because I'm not super fond of the weed I have right now because it's old and getting stale. I've taken too long to work my way through this ounce. How are the machines dwarven? Because they're made by dwarves. We're going to be using minecarts and rollers and windmills and water wheels and other fun things. Anything made by a dwarf is inherently dwarven. We have water wheels and windmills. Vaping does not equal smoking. You have to light something on fire to smoke. Merlin Buff, what kind of dwarf would you like? Actually, I think your dwarf maybe migrated over here. Let me double check. but I obviously can't until we're through the load screen. Also, vaping isn't vaping, yeah. Are we talking combusting? Are we talking convection? Are we talking juices? So, you know, I'm like oddly specific about that shit. Because I convection vape. I don't juice vape. Convection, yeah. Fancy dry herb vapes. Although mine isn't that fancy. I had a fancy one for a bit and I actually sold it. It was too easy to use constantly daily and I was just high all the time. It's not. I need to keep weed as more of a medical thing and not as a pastime. But yeah, I have an X-Max is what I use. Relatable. Yeah, no, I had a Tiny Mite too for about 3 months, and I sold it at like a $40 loss. I sold it at almost face value. Although I had a $20 attachment for it, which I threw in for free, so. Basically, I got my money back, which I'm quite happy with. They kind of hold their value, turns out, as long as you keep them clean. Merlin buff, let's see. Let's see if your dwarf did migrate. Let's double check. Maybe not. I thought your dwarf did, but doesn't look like it. I can tell you right now you haven't died. So what kind of dwarf would you like, Merlin buff? Just keep in mind your dwarf may migrate, because you did have one. It's 45 minutes. It was 40. I bumped it up by 5 when I renamed things. Stoneworker sans beard. Okay, let's see if I have a stoneworker sans beard. Profession. I do. I got Zassit, who's an engraver. Does engraver work? The legendary engraver at that. Works? Sweet. I'm going to leave the game paused while I do this, because I need to finish up that construction. I spelled that right. M-E-R-L-I-N-B-U-F. Okay, so you were a former member of the Armored Boots, so you actually came from Heatstone. And a former member of the Coven of Right, which is a religion. And that's interesting. You're a former member of a religion. Interesting. I wonder what happened there. You're a member of the Stoneworkers Guild and a member of course, our civilization. She is given to rough and tumble brawling, even to the point of starting fights for no reason. She is distracted by this, and she values the quiet. She, at least in the abstract, and she is often inflamed by hatred and easily develops hatred towards things and stuff. Mostly things. I really, really hate that coffee cup. Fuck that coffee cup, but I really like that coffee cup. That's a good coffee cup. Anyway, she lives a slow-going and leisurely pace, and she is bashful. She is very unfriendly, and she tries to say nice things to others. She is rarely happy or enthusiastic, and she is conflicted by this as she values parties and merrymaking in the abstract. She is not inherently proud of her talents and accomplishments, and she often feels envious of others. We have one more year, by the way, before I have to turn the population up, so we have to start getting these bedrooms sorted. She does not often feel lustful, and she tends to share her own experiences and thoughts with others. She rarely feels discouraged, and she has a greedy streak. She does not easily fall in love and rarely develops positive feelings, and she isn't particularly ambitious, and she doesn't handle stress well. She generally acts with a narrow focus on the current activity, and she needs alcohol to get through the working day and doesn't really care about anything anymore. Dreams of mastering a skill and personally views decorum as a high ideal and is deeply offended by those that fail to maintain it. She finds following of tradition foolish and limiting, and values tranquility and a peaceful day. And she likes orpiment and gold and indigo tourmaline and green glass and giant orca leather and llama wool. And oh man, I would love to see orcas. And she and breastplates and figurines and funnial plants for their grain and the words of the saber of sieging and the sound of the wonder of lilacs, and when possible prefers to consume apricot wine and absolutely hates slugs. Aesthetically, her hair is clean-shaven and her somewhat tall ears are somewhat splayed out. Her copper eyes are slightly sunken and her hair is burnt sienna. Her skin is cinnamon and her neck bears a massive jagged scar. So that's you. Welcome to the fort. Cursed? By what? What are we cursed by? Doc Randall, what up? And I think as far as Jet goes, I have like 5 more blocks. 4 or 5. No problem, dude. No problemo. Adil, the metal crafter, has been possessed. And looks like my crappy pumps are now broken again. So I have until the 7th of Slate before all this stuff stops working. She could be cursed. I mean, we would have seen it already. People would have died already. It's been a while since our last migrant wave, and we've definitely had full moons since then, and she's not blue, so. I don't think so, but maybe. Unlikely, I would say. Let's get them doing all of that. And from up here, dwarves are now running in circles there again. That's good. How many layers are there? 3. Sweet. Okay, what are you waiting on? Needs sutures and needs dressing. We have no cloth, no thread. Great. Lots of red bean, finger mullets, tree slapping, bayberry. I'll wait until ice melts before we worry about that. You know what? I'm gonna stop all of these mason, or 2 of these maybe, from taking from that. Just so that I can have some that just come from anywhere. Only revealed vampires are bluish. I mean, everybody is sleeping in there, so if that dwarf is a vampire, then they will be spotted immediately. But if that's the case, that only revealed vampires are bluish, then that's a bug, because every single vampire I've had in this version of the game shows up as blue. Adil, the metal crafter, has created Gus Gassazun, a pig iron ring, and offers it to the Machine of Oceans. This is a pig iron ring. All craftsdwarf ship is, of course, of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of rectangular scoral cabochons, and this object is adorned with hanging rings of birch and menaces with spikes of pig iron and pig bone. On the item is an image of the sweltering fence in native copper. The native copper amulet in smoky quartz. On the item is an image of smooth pebbles in pyrite. You misheard Ren being in finger mullet? What did you hear it as, Elfie? And I think I'm going to give that to our mayor. Our mayor gets a fancy ring. And let's see if I can get some more dwarves into the military. Any random legendaries that have moved in? Well, the Tempest is an expert. You're adequate. We'll throw you in, Logum. Yes, I said millet with an I. Maybe my tongue slipped and I sounded like mullet. That's not like out of the realm of possibility for my mouth. Okay, so the snow's gonna melt sometime soon. Millet, mullet. Yeah, I that sounds like something I would say actually. Few spots here I've missed. Actually, you know what? Yeah, whatever. We'll work through this. How did you get ice boulders? I mined out ice. They will melt when the sun or when spring gets to mid-spring. Yes, you can turn them into bricks, and yes, you can turn them into things once they're made into bricks. But they will melt, to my knowledge. Is that because of waves? Mostly because of the fact that I want it to actually be usable as a wall, and it's not if it's just on level with the waves, you know? Because if it's on level with the... If it's on level with the ocean, whenever it freezes, then it just becomes ground, and then it's no longer a wall. And I want it to be a wall. We'll also be extending this onto the shore, and then... it actually did... I made that out of the wrong material. We're also going to be extending it onto the shores, so... But I mean, they're going to have waves crashing against them kind of regardless of what I do. Let's just keep plopping in these walls. We have like 17 days or something left. You're looking for follow age, but if you just click on your own username, it says what date you followed. and the age of your own account. So I don't bother having a exclamation point follow age because to me it's just spam. Follow age is the common command that you're looking for, though. It's an old Nightbot command. VMooBot 2. All right, let's get these last few done. Eight years, 8 months, and 8 days ago? Cool. That's a pretty long time. Somebody recently pointed out that my YouTube account turned... So it was either 9 or 10 this year. Also, hey, Red March. Will I wall the other side? Yep. And then I will wall all the way down to the base of the ocean, and then I will pump it out. I will pump all of the water out. I'm planning on making automated pumps during the winter one year. We're going to drill down all the way to the base of the ocean. And then pump all the water up. There it goes. Getting towards the end here. This is a risky gambit. I have until the 7th. Now if we just wait. We're pretty much good. Might as well keep all the construction-minded dwarves busy with something like this. Then we can go back to working on the bridge and hope that nobody is standing out here when the water thaws. It's about to thaw. I thought this was a dwarf. Nope, this is just a leather bag. Grip to the termite mound. People always say that, but in my headcanon, the termite mound is floating on a log or something because it'll just float there. In fact, I'm pretty sure if I remove the ocean from beneath it, it'll continue to float there. Doing 15, I need 14. Now what's there? Whatever, we can just let it go. So this is this wall is gonna come out and do this and go all the way down, like, and then circle back around to down here. And this wall is gonna go up and go this way to here. And then this center thing, all the way down to the ground, is going to have a vertical dwarven city built in the ice. And there it goes. Let's see if anybody drowned. Anybody with a blue name, aside from the one at the top, is currently drowning. Nope, nobody's drowning. Yay! Any livestock? Yay, nobody's drowning. Any... Oh, well, I mean, crab's supposed to be down there, so... That's fine. And then this ain't leaking, which is good. Although apparently I did screw up some of these levels. Like this has a floor and this has a floor. So this got put in the wrong spot. That's okay, I can fix that. As long as it's not leaking, don't care. I can fix it. We can fix it in post, it's fine. You can see the ocean filling back up. So if I swap this over to ASCII, where the waves hit. We got waves crashing up against there. Okay, so we still get waves on both sides of this. We still got currents. It's gonna collide against my my wall right there. Look at that. Wondering if it's gonna start break. Yeah, it is gonna start breaking on this. It's kind of cool. And with down here, it's colliding with the wall. Good stuff. All right, now I guess we have 1 year, because I have until the year 310. It's so good, isn't it? Martin in the Woods, it's so good. All right, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to figure out a bedroom design for in here. So I think I'm going to do... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make rock blocks, because I need different type of blocks, and we'll just do 1,000 of them on top of the 500 jet blocks. I'll move this right next to the jet blocks. So I got those 2 jobs right there. Gotta fill this up again. Okay. Time to go back down. Oh, well's full. That's good. Time to go back down and get back to cutting out this crap. I don't mind that. Why are you... Oh, it's because we're right at the edge of the map. That would do it. That explains that. I was like, why are you not working? What the shit? God damn it. I think, like, the waves are, like, the one real argument as to why ASCII is awesome, frankly. It's like, I fully understand why some people really don't like ASCII, but, like, the waves are like the, yes, this is why ASCII is awesome. So which side is screwed up? You're correct. Okay, so it's that piece there that's messed up. I wonder. If I deconstruct that, this will fill up with water. Which actually, will it? I don't think that'll fill up with water if I deconstruct that. And then on this side, I've got to fix that one tile. Actually, I mean, does it match? Because I actually don't care if it doesn't perfectly match, because I did kind of freehand to this. That matches. It matches all the way down until here. That's the one I need to fix. That's not too bad. Huh, it's gypsum. I mean, I've definitely had wallpapers of ASCII art before, and I love looking at it, but some people really hate it. Too many dogs in my puppy mill, and they're starting to fight. What's up, Trimkoff? Your dwarf's in hospital currently, or was, as I'm currently out of cloth. We should get more cloth around summer. Nothing like waiting a season for cloth. I mean, we need dressings, right? I have to go through and make all of these floors look nice too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like doorway, 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 doorway. And then for flooring, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'd use conglomerate, but that would look kind of bad. I have a lot of iron, but I don't really want to do iron floors. But at the same time, maybe I should do iron floors. We'll see what types of stone we end up having a lot of. An engineer guild. Great. I guess I can make my first guild up here, maybe. Or maybe up in here. Oh shit, there's tons of bituminous coal down here. There's also just tons of microcline. I'm real tempted to just like pop all that and just mine all this microcline. I think I'm just gonna do that actually. But how's your Thursday been so far, Trimkoff? How's things, man? Hope you're doing well. Also, chat room, thanks everybody for tuning in today. It was nice to have people watching while I play video games, especially as the stream has grown. And shoutouts to everybody who's, sharing and commenting on the YouTube videos. You guys keep me going. It's hot in Chicago. It's actually been nice and cool here recently, which is very good because my community garden plot doesn't have water right now because the city is renovating our water. So the result is we have like currently no water over there. So you've been enjoying for a little while on the YouTubes. Cheers. That means a lot because like I said earlier, convincing people to watch the YouTube channel right now is like pulling teeth. Ever since summer weather started hitting for people, views have just kind of tanked. It's what we call the slow season in this industry. What the actual fuck? Because we're getting new water hookups put in, right? So the city is redoing all of our like 30-year-old water hookups. The problem is it means we have no water hookups. Like it's actually okay. The problem is that, We just have no water hookups currently. How's going? Is going good. How's you, Presme? Getting a little hungry. I might do an early lunch today, which is going to be awkward because I'm out of bread again. And I didn't realize I was out of bread. I thought I had another loaf of bread. Turns out I don't. So I made some pasta for myself today. So I have to go eat that. It's going to take a little bit, but Just take me a minute to quickly inhale that. Slightly longer break today. So I'll have like a 2-minute break instead of like a 40-second break. Now I guess I could also go along this and like build a walkway along it, but I kind of don't want to do that just yet. Kind of want to just stick to this. He'll survive, I'm sure. I have faith in you. Chat, should I use statues or along here to kind of line this bridge? Or should I use vertical grates? What do you guys think? Because I could make vertical grates along here. Or I could do statues. Or I guess I could do windows, but I don't really have access to the stuff to do windows just yet. For these corners. I just did that song in Rants. Yeah, totally. I just, it's the crusty problem that never really goes away. Take 3 minutes if the pasta's good. Spoilers, it's not. I didn't make my own pasta noodles this time. Maybe uniform statues? See what color of grate we have. I could do microcline grates. Let's do microcline grates. We'll do that. Statues are basically gargoyles. I just realized you can type letters into these. Let's do 50 rock statues made out of microcline. And let's just say... I could do a Lana Hollowvine. I was thinking something a little bit spookier, though. Like, what would be a good gargoyle? Could do nightmares. Statues of dragons? Yeah, dragons is pretty gargoyle-y. I mean, how about hydras? What hydras? Like a bunch of microcline statues of hydras. Wyverns don't exist in Dwarf. Giant olms? I suppose. It's definitely the wrong type of block. But we'll try the alternating idea, because I kind of like the alternating idea. Wait, did I not select microclient specifically for the statues? Shit. Ooh, what if I make them out of bauxite? I make them red. Let's go with microcline grates and bauxite statues. We're men. I love how there's always like people are starting to realize what the worm men look like in this version, and are you know, definitely. If we do, you know, being what's the word? People are fond of the worm men, shall we say? Mayor tuxedo people, sure. Definitely, they are ahead of their time, shall we say, Zwari? So how you doing, old Zwari? How's things? It's been a while since earless Zwari. Gotta get you into a fort again at some point. Let's go down to furniture, statue. Yep. Bauxite, that's what we want. Bauxite. Been sick and bored? Word. Well, I'm sick mentally, not physically. I haven't been sick since, like, before the pandemic, which is actually kind of concerning. At some point, I'm going to get, like, the worst man cold on Earth and just be, like, incapacitated for a week. Let's see how this statue ends up looking. I think they made yep, they made Vacker over here put it up. And there we go. Not the greatest sprite. It's a bit pixelated. Some of the sprites kind of look bad. Not gonna lie. Do you live in a house that a woman resides in? Because if you don't live alone and there are females in your house, that might have something to do with it. Kind of small, just like the worm man. Nah, well then maybe it's literally, like you said, just the only people buying ad space on Twitch. Someone help out Zwari with the ad problem. They still look pretty nice though. I like the color variants. Oh, I know it's because it's on a statue, but... Some of the sprites scale better than others, I guess. You get pad adverts sometimes? They're just over here padding out their ad investments. But that wasn't funny. Chat, the game is saving. I'm gonna go grab my lunch. I will be back in like 3 minutes tops because I have to go eat a thing. I will direct the camera at a dwarf as soon as the game is done saving. I just have to say thank you very much once again, everybody, for hanging out today so far. We do still easily have like 5 hours left in the stream, if not more. So hope you all stick around while I grab a quick lunch. And if I could get a round of beers, that'd be fantastic. And what was the Heatstone goal? To get the king in the fort with all of the difficulties set to the maximum. Which we did. But if I could get a round of beers, that'd be fantastic. And bonus points if I come back to a hype train, and now's the best time to use sound commands to entertain the chat. I'll be back momentarily. And also, if you would like to save, exclamation point last fort, you can get the save for Heatstone, which is also the same world as this, and you can, like, I don't know, troll around in Legends or do what you do.
Remove everything that's good from it, the seeds, the vitamins, nutrients, everything that's good about it, and just jam it full of shit, garbage shit sugar, and put it in a shit pile, and put it on your shit.
For everyone! Flobberdobberdoggadoggies?
Over here, he has a sword!
Bring out your dead!
Pretty sure I heard the words hype train, so allow me to be the first to apply gentle peer pressure. Peer pressure? They're quite a light fruit though, Kappa.
Oh, geez, a hype train. Hold up. Ah. Let me just scroll up. Thank you very much for the 3 pennies, True Freak. Elfie Bean, thanks for the $1. Corvia Suede with the gifted sub. Jam Jalopy with the $10. Thank you very much. And True Freak with the 10 pennies. And AFDNZ with the community gift sub. And Anonymous, thank you very much for the 5-pack. Cheers, everybody. Dodging all the gifters. Yes, dodging all the gophers. It's not too hard. I'm sure you can do this. Tolis, thanks for the 5-pack as well. Cheers, friends. Should be that. So you fill that up again. Bunch of snatchers. Thieves. Skulking filth. That's fine. No migrants because, well, we don't need them. Tolis, thank you very much for gifting a sub to Zwari. Get subbed, Zwari. No, my perfect dodge score. Well, get wrecked on that perfect dodge score. All right, so I gotta figure out how I'm gonna build in here because I'm thinking, because this is gonna be bedrooms. I'm thinking this is gonna be where we put that guild. We're also out of drink, which is bad, so we should re-up on the drink. Really just automate that. But we're gonna re-up on the drink. Make sure that they start making drink again. You like this fort design so much? Cheers, Kriegad. I do too, so far. Like I think it's gonna look awesome once it actually gets going. And once we start like, you know, actually building this wall instead of, you know, just kind of building the outline of it, once it starts actually digging down and in, it's gonna look awesome. That's like one of the 2 things. This is true. It is like one of the 2 things that you're supposed to never forget. But turns out I just play this game a lot. I'm not perfect. Laya Gushka, thank you very much for checking out a gift as well. You are very kind. All right, well, let's just make some more mason shops, because that's what we need right now. Need more mason shops to assist. And seriously, chat room, thank you so much for the hype train. Starting off June strong. Because it is June now. It's no longer May. Like, the year is half over, chat. Well, in 15 days it'll be half over, but... Summer solstice? Yeah, well, I mean, the most important thing that happens in June is it's my birthday on June 3rd, and then after that, Pride Month can start. Just let me have up until June 3rd, where it's about me. Let me be selfish for, like, 3 days.
I won't be around Saturday, so happy early birthday.
Thank you very much, Ben. Cheers, dude. For the, like, $50. Means a lot. Really does. Thanks for keeping this weird channel funded. And for everything you do. Astrolith? What's Astrolith? Like, that sounds like something from Warcraft, but I don't actually know. The problem is going to be maintaining a steady supply of jet. Oh, is that the name of the final boss from Path of Akra? Oh, I feel like I should know that. I have killed it like 4 times now. Fantastic little game. That was 5,000 bits. Yes, that was $50 in bits. But we're up to level 4 now. But yeah, no, that's the most important thing that happens in June for me is my birthday. Then after that, corporate pride month can take over. How do I not know every little detail of games? Because I am an imperfect flesh machine with a brain that works most of the time. Scam train, let's go. Yeah, well. Streamer paycheck train, let's go. It tries pretty hard, at least for 1 month of the year. King. Just got back at a level 4 hype train. Yep. Seems like it. But means a lot, dude. Kvac, thank you so much for the 5-pack. Appreciate you, friend. For a second there, I thought that was 2 separate emotes. Fan? Like the little happy face and then the trans rights emote. I thought it was 2 because I don't use Twitch in dark mode, so it looks like there's just a white line through it. I was like, what am I looking at? Oh, right, okay. Took me a second to process what that was. One of those is your roommate? Lol. That's kind of funny. My fortress is out of food! Blast! Well, I guess it's time to eat some of my cows. Or chickens. I'm pretty sure chickens give meat. Eat that yak. Let's eat some of these pigs. And a couple more pigs. Yeah, it's because light mode is easier on my eyes than dark mode. Dark mode requires me to squint and focus, which hurts my eyes over time. It is true. And also, I'm literally about to place a fishing zone, like, right here, because that's the point of this little thingy right here is fishing. And I also need to make some fisheries workshops. It's a fishing dock, yep. Although I'm also kind of planning on building this all the way down, so theoretically, if it works correctly and if I build it right, I might be able to use it as a trap for large sea creatures, but currently all we're getting is horseshoe crabs, so I'm not too excited about that. Take you off of fishing because you're a miner. Let's go to fishery. Let's just put a fishery right there. Blue whale would provide a lot of meat. I need one to show up first, which I'm not holding on hope for. Chat room, thank you very much for that hype train. You guys are extremely kind. Ryo Shincat. Dwarf. What variety are you looking for? Any noble spots open? Even the mayor is named, so currently no. There might be some minor nobles that I could assign, but is there anything open? No, not really. Yeah, it's just Raging Cave and Nutwick. Nothing else is set up, and I'm not quite ready to set anything else up yet. I'm not going to set up the Captain of the Guard right now, no. I'm not doing that until the tower is ready and we can actually start moving in. Because I'm not going to build office space for it. I'm also not going to build a prison for it. And I'm also not keeping up with the majority of demands, so I really don't want somebody running around breaking people. Random bearded engineer. Let's see if they still have the engineering task. So I don't have any bearded engineers. Oh shit. This dwarf needs to go into the military. That's Nikolaf. Oops. I do have pump operators. I don't have anybody with that other job left. Where's Nikolaf? You want Bim the pump operator? Can do. I also only have until the end of this year before I'm increasing the population back up to 200, so I really need to get some bedrooms going. Okay, you know what? You, here. Let's make that easier to spot. Go. So you want Bim, the pump operator. Too much excitement in the last one? What, like being like one of the most legendary squad leaders in the last fort? I mean, you did damage. Often inflamed, watch you become like a super notable dwarf again. He is often inflamed by hatred and easily develops hatred towards things. He feels a strong need to pay back any favor done for him, and he is very slow to anger. He is confident under pressure, and he tries to keep his things orderly. He finds helping others to be emotionally rewarding, and he has an active imagination. He doesn't often experience strong cravings or urges, and he is quite polite. He has a greedy streak, and he can occasionally lose focus on the matter at hand and needs alcohol to get through the working day and doesn't really care about anything anymore. Dreams of creating a great work of art in this dream was realized. He personally would have the world to operate in complete harmony without the least bit of strife or disorder, truly values merrymaking and parties, and lacks any respect for family, and doesn't particularly care about craftsmanship and doesn't care about fairness. He likes dolomite and platinum and turquoise and voracious cave crawler leather, amber and the color light blue, bags and cows for their hunting moose, and the palace and sturgeons for their bony scutes? Scutes. Scoots? It's a horny or bony plate on a turtle's shell or on the back of a crocodile or stegosaurus, and it's pronounced like...
Scute.
Scute, okay. Scutes. I just learned a new word. Thanks, Dwarf Fortress. Sturgeons for their horny scutes. We're gonna go with that. And the words of the Palisade of Healing, and when possible prefers to consume giant moon snail and radish wine, and desert limes, and absolutely hates rats. He has what was once a thin frame, now bearing enormous thick layers of fat. His very long beard is braided, his sideburns are clean-shaven, his very long mustache is arranged in double braids, and his hair is clean-shaven. His nose is... There's water everywhere. His nose is something. His hair is clean-shaven, his very long mustache remains in double braids, his hair is clean-shaven, his close set brass eyes are sunken, his nose is slightly upturned, his ears are somewhat tall, and his hair is gray mixed with white, and his skin is pale pink. I love lime. I love lamp. Makes two of us. Okay, you just keep spinning. Splashing. Created an artifact? Most of the dwarves created artifacts in the previous fort. Definitely didn't do it here. But vast majority of the dwarves in the fort right now have migrated over. We are apparently trading with humans? Humans. 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 I don't really want to trade with humans. Can't say I've ever eaten sturgeon. But they are neat fish. Work on claystone. We can do bedrooms, like a bedroom layer, followed by a bedroom layer, followed by like a what is this called? Guild hall layer. Oh god, I've got 2 guild hall requests. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Fantastic. Dropping a wall piece, a rock won't do anything. If you make it into a pit pond zone and get the dwarves to dump water on it, a couple of slugs of water will stop it. Why? Do you have an oopsie? Did you oopsie? Somebody oopsied. I sense an oopsie based on that very pointed question. How do you stop lava from flowing? By cooling it down, generally. Let's just get all those things mined up. There's so much water, like muck all over the place down here. Bright side, it has helped sort out moods a little bit. I mean, we all have awkward moments of, oops, I accidentally lava it everywhere. We've all been there. It's tale as old as Dwarf. Roosters have been slaughtered. Oh, we're out of drink again. God dang it. We're also out of plants somehow. God dang it. I should really make a farming layer. Oops, I accidentally lava. Yep. Is slowly heating up. Sounds like it's pretty hot right now. That's what you call a popular fort. Popular with volcanoes, though. Maybe not so great for your health. So I'm going to do this way. It's my first housing block. We're gonna do one down here now. Am I in ocean? Like, am I in ocean? No, I am on land in my apartment. Are these dwarves in ocean? No, we are one layer below the ocean floor, which is right here. But this is as close as we're getting to ocean. Guess I'm just going to use jet for all these floors. I mean, we're not Oshin, we're Oshout. Ha! 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 And don't tell them about our construction techniques, otherwise OSHA is going to want a word with us. Aw, come on, you love it, Jam Jalopy. Did I build an extra hole in that wall for door? Possible. Yeah, you oh shush, or you're going to share our deep secrets from the floor of this puddle. I should have named this fort like Angry Puddle or something instead of Machine Waters. That's not true. It doesn't all freeze at once. There's a chunk that doesn't freeze. They don't all freeze at once, but if you're playing it, if you have to play in adventure mode when time moves slower to actually notice it. Let's hope that these center pieces get built first. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, I'm going to have forbidden bits. Booing puns is just polite. Fair enough. Gotta head out, Jam Jalopy. Well, thank you very much for swinging by today. Thanks for your generosity. And thanks for just chilling, watching the streams. As you do. I have no idea where it is. Personally, I don't particularly care. Like, it would be nice, but that's pretty low on my personal list of needs. But plans, I have absolutely no idea. And as I told Chad earlier, it's like, I don't get told anything. I don't know what they're working on. Like, legit, all of my reporting on Dwarf Fortress stuff has been stuff that's, like, announced as it's announced. What the fuck? I have a new revenue source. Chat, what the fuck is hype chat? Time to go figure out what Twitch's hype chat is. Turns out they don't even have a blog post about it. Is that what that is? I thought they got rid of those because it suddenly showed up in my revenue. I don't have any earnings from it, but I suddenly have hype chat as a revenue source in my revenue reporting on my dashboard, which is odd. The fuck is super chat? It's like cheering on Twitch with bits, but YouTube's version. And it just shows dollar amounts, and they call it supers. To be fair, Twitch's bits only make sense because they've been around for a while. I remember the good old days of, I gave you my bits, why haven't you shown me your tits? So I miss those days. A lot of terrible jokes. Nope. Not enough like Super Chat. Meep told us, indeed. I don't know. Is it? Is it an option? If it is, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. It's Pride Month after all? Not until after my birthday, then Pride Month can start. And also, it's corporate Pride Month, not actual Pride Month. Pride Month is every month. This is just where corporations try and get, like, their, you know, brownie points for participating in social activism. They're like, we showed you that we give a shit. Please respond. Now buy our products. Specifically, like, I don't know, Amazon Echo or something. I don't need 250 beds. I need 50. Ah, here's a good word. Corporate virtue signaling month. There we go. That's what I'm going to call it now. But then I'll just sound like I'm being an asshole, which I'm not trying to be. I swear. But corporatized Pride Month does kind of bother me. And it's not even like a thing for me. Rainbow capitalism is the term you see most? Yeah, I mean, it works. Need more doors. Let's make 100 of them. Out of claystone. Guild Hall, Miners Guild. Accept. I don't know if that's even gonna get me up enough value. We'll just give them a tiny little bit of stuff because that's all I got. The marketing budgets are too damn high is also a good way to put it. All right. Well, that's the starting of bedrooms. Why is there a Ryu's Macaw in my fort? Like, buddy. I mean, curious about something. Okay, cool. They are also legendary climbers. I'm gonna say if cats were legendary climbers and monkeys aren't, I'm gonna complain, but I have been adopted, what, by a monkey? I don't think that's how that works, but it has certainly moved in. Well, there's two of them. And I'm gonna plop a fishery right here. Kind of need one. We can start just getting fish sorted. I mean, look at this. We've caught mackerel and a nautilus. I agree. No ads. Thank you, Tolas. Now they want a Craftsdwarf guild. Man, guys, do you have to ask for everything all at once? That's like, I obviously can't afford this shit. Well, time to go mine out more materials. Because god dang it, turns out we need them. That jet is no longer mineable, and that makes me upset. Actually, no, never mind. I just had to set to auto, so it might still actually be mineable. There we go. So shale and dolomite. Okay, I'm just going to set all of this stuff to auto. Just going to go all the way up. Mine out a ton of this stuff. We'll come look for usable stones in a bit. I mean, generally, private servers have the private server advantage, right? Of feeling like a community where people care about it. Whereas, you know, non-private servers generally feel like, you know, corporate moneymakers, which generally aren't as much fun to participate in as a audience member. Hi, back. I'm blind. You said it, not me. All right, well, food's a problem because I've been completely neglecting it. But aside from that, we are actually doing all right. Aside from completely neglecting all of our food supplies, we are doing okay. I mean, I just choose to not play games. Like, if I don't want to pay for it, I just don't play it. Saves you from all potential legal troubles and, you know, anything else that could go wrong. It's like people who just play games on private servers still want to play the game. So you're still going to be marketed to by crappy company, and you're still going to have crappy company going, man, these people are playing these games. What do we need to do to compel them to come back? And inevitably, they either, you know, knock out the, what's the word? They either knock out the people running the private servers and issue takedown requests and eventually force them offline, or alternatively, just simply market the stuff that people actually want on the actual servers until people switch back. So, if you don't like a company or can't afford to play a game, just don't play it. Play something else. So I would actually state that, you know, just not playing the game is the opposite of voting with your wallet. Ria's Macaw stole some microcline blocks. They're going to go make a house. I'm proud of them. That. that. Imagining a monkey dragging some blocks around. It's a pretty good visual, isn't it? All right. Dwarves are also in an okay spot currently. Why has nobody built this door yet? Starting to think that this door is in some really weird spot. Yeah, I mean, like, numbers are going up, but geez. The priority of this. Oh, there they go. Somebody is doing it. Yeah, we are more or less rebalancing to neutral, which is where we need to be. Where the actual fuck is this door? There you are, Baka Glass. Why is it taking you so long? Come on, man. You should have this. This shouldn't take so long. Falling asleep, is that the problem? There we go. I finally constructed 4 bedrooms. Progress has been made. Pretty fancy, yeah. Fancy is we're gonna get them, at least for right now. Well, at least we got plenty of wood left. Sure why they were just running up there, but... What's the value of this iron statue? 1,000? It's a claystone statue. Let's put another iron statue in here. I'm gonna start filling in this layer some more. Down here, I can assign all these as bedrooms. 6 more bedrooms created. And we can put cabinets in. Oh yeah. Some migrant was in possession of her own tears found on both sides of her face while eating a meal. Well, honestly, she's probably just so ecstatic with the quality of that dining hall that she's just crying. And you know what? Frankly, I would too. It's time to trade, so we're going to queue up some gem cutting. Also, we're almost to the time of year where the oceans freeze again. Raging Cave, the mayor wants me to make some more shields, so... queue up some steel shields. 3 of them. Can't say I've ever cried while eating really good food. I've cried in some inopportune places, but not while eating. Actually, the most random place that I ever cried, actually, is just kind of sad. It was after pandemic when I finally started hanging out with people, and some random person just gave me, like, said something nice to me. The actual context of what they said to me is, like, kind of irrelevant, but random person said something nice to me, and it was just so out of nowhere, and I was so not used to it after, like, I don't know, like 3 years of being locked in a box. It was just like, it teared up a little bit. It was just like, out of nowhere. It's like, man, somebody gave me a compliment. What the fuck? That doesn't happen anymore. Okay, let's wait on some gems to get cut. Yeah, if they're not eating for 2 days, I would cry. Not because I, you know, was eating food finally, but just because I'd be hungry. I feel things? Yeah, pretty much. Like, I forgot what this feels like. Getting compliments from people I don't know. All right. There we go. This is now spreading water again. Perfect. During your thesis research? Oh, man. What was your thesis on? Shaking hands for the first time since COVID? I've shaken hands with a few people. First time getting a hug post-COVID was weird. 'Cause it was like... man, it was like 2 years without hugging anybody. As an introvert, you can relate. I'm not an introvert, but I'm also not an extrovert. And I personally think that those two, like, neither of those things really apply to me. And I've had some people call me an introverted extrovert. I'm like, this is just getting fucking stupid. So, like, those labels just kind of, like, they're all meaningless to me. Like, yeah, I need to be around people. Not good locked in a box by myself, but rarely actually want to be around people. So it's like, I don't know, omnivert? Sawed off. It's complicated. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, it certainly is. Human emotions and the way our brains work is definitely complicated. All right, this is looking pretty rad. I'm kind of okay with this. I might get rid of these grates, though. Might use them elsewhere. But this bridge is looking pretty cool.